Welcome back to the show, everyone. Always nice to see our next guest. And guys, suits right now are extremely important.
Well, we're going to tell you how you can get the right one and make sure that it fits with Mike Peters from Harry Rosen. How are you?
Very well, thank you. Thank you for having us back.
Lovely suit,
Nice
first
to see
of all.
you.
Thank you.
So, Mike, what are we touching on today for the gentlemen?
Well, listen, we're going to talk about buying suits. You know, suits are on the rise again, and a lot of men haven't sort of revisited their closets. The baggy suits, the relaxed suits, that's gone. There's a new fit to suits. You know, menswear doesn't change as rapidly as women's wear, but there's definitely a big change in suits, especially when buying a new suit.
Right.
Well, and the nice thing about it not changing that fast is if guys are catching up now and they choose to have the right thing in their wardrobe, it is going to last them for a while, and they can make that investment on key pieces.
You got it. I mean, there are some key foundation pieces in suits that you need to invest in. Obviously, a navy and a gray.
Yeah.
But you know what we've seen a lot of men recently is they're kind of wandering in, saying, you know, my suit's a little big, a little loose, and I see this guy in the office, and he's got something a little bit trimmer on.
Yeah.
And it's usually a junior executive that looks better than
the girls are talking to him.
Okay.
I don't know what's happening.
Let's bring out our
Taking
first
my
model
commissions.
and tell us about this suit that he's wearing.
Okay, so on the more fashion edge side, someone who's a little more adventurous, there's a great collection called Eckford. It's out of Italy.
Yeah.
They're artists, you know. They really have a great way of expressing fashion. In this garment, you'll see, again, subtle versions of checks in all of the collections, but Eckford knows how to really splash it out there. What you'll notice about the fit of these suits is the armholes tend to be a little bit higher. It fits a little bit more suppressed. We could even suppress this more in the waist. A lot of guys are asking for that. And you'll also
By
notice
suppressed, you mean tailored in more?
Bring it in a little.
a little bit more taper, tracing the body a little closer. Now, there's probably people watching this saying, you know, who are a little bit heavier and they have a little too much beer and pizza. Don't worry about that, because there's a model and a collection that'll fit anybody.
Right.
But if you're an etro guy, you're going to want it nice and trim and close fit.
So this one's for the man who's already got his black and navy. He wants something a little different. I love the turquoise that's in the check
just
here.
that little, and that's what Etro does, right? There's always something in
There's
there.
always a twist, you know, and Etro, I mean, to me, it's a person who's not afraid to be out there in his suits.
Yeah.
So very good.
And
matchup.
oftentimes with Etro, there's a nice little surprise in the lining, too. They
The
always have some
linings are
fun
cool.
linings.
They do crazy paisley linings or cartoon linings.
Yeah.
Well, tell us
And,
about what you've paired it with the shirt tie and pocket square, because some people wouldn't think to put that together, but when you do opposites, sometimes it totally works.
Very conservative look here, Mike.
Yeah, if you really want to be low-key, buy Etro. No, in this case, you know, we've gone with lavenders and purples and splashes of buttery yellow. The pocket square, even the way you wear the pocket square in an Etro suit, it's got to be out and in your face. So, again, not for the shy fashion guy.
For
but
the extrovert.
Right, you got it. This is starting to grow. So we coordinated with a narrower tie, and then if you take a look down, you'll see something unique in the shoes.
He doesn't have shoelaces.
Right, and he's wearing a really cool pair of sort of almost perforated suede shoes.
Yeah.
So again, everything about this outfit, take the tie off, head out
edgy,
after work, you got an edgy outfit.
There you go.
right.
Okay,
Beautiful.
our
Thank
next suit is a little bit more business. Tell us about this one.
Okay, so the ultimate sartorial garment, Canali, family that's been in the suit business forever. And if you want one of the classic suits, you'll go with Canali. There's several fits with Canali, a couple of different styles, but in general what you'll find is the fit is trim again. Trim in the waist, closer in the shoulder, higher in the armhole. Non-pleated pants. We don't really carry a pleated slack in suits these days.
Nor should you.
Unless you want to go down the vintage.
Woo! 84, baby!
Now, we're all liars in fashion. Maybe it can happen.
Maybe it'll happen.
Now this one is a pinstripe, and the fabric is amazing too. It's just got such a great look to it.
So again, those foundation pieces are all mid-weight fabrics. So fabrics that will be resilient to wrinkle. And you'll see this a lot, and a theme in suits is a travel edge to it. So people who are on airplanes or traveling around a little bit will like the fabrics that are coming out in all collections, because they're kind of globe-trotter type fabrics that will stand up well.
Yeah.
This fabric has a sheen to it. That's what you're noticing. So it has a bit of a shimmer to it. It adds a bit of richness to it. Looks really quite cool.
And I love the tie and pocket square again with the blue shirt.
Yeah,
Very
and a take on the classics, you know, a polka dot tie with you know, exactly.
Yeah, well,
and these shoes.
Yeah, this is a Harry Rosen label made in Italy shoe, and the most supple leather on the planet. And again, a little bit different take. Notice the toe is a little darker than the top of the shoe, so we're getting a little more variety in menswear shoes. Fastest growing part of our business right now is footwear for men. Huge.
Well, and
huge.
that says something, I think, about how guys are looking at fashion now as well. You know, those details, the pocket squares, the ties, the shoes, those details are really sort of, that's where guys are hanging their hats sometimes.
That's right. Yeah, I would agree 100%. That's why our business is exploding in shoes right now. We carry such a huge variety.
Now you have to tell us about your suit today.
This little thing?
This little thing.
Oh, I just threw this on. You know, a lot of times people will walk in and there's if they don't see something off the rack that they love, if there isn't something in our ready-to-wear collection that necessarily fits, and they want something special, they'll go to made to measure. And this is a Canadian manufacturer that makes this garment called Copley. And I'm in fashion, so I'm allowed to experiment a little bit. Yeah. So window pane check, and I picked the fabric and I got measured. And you can do cool details like surgeon cuffs. So that's a workable button.
Yeah.
So you can actually roll the sleeves up, baby.
I could deliver a baby in this suit.
Now you've done something a little bit different. Your tie is wider, which is something haven't seen in a while.
Yeah. You know what? The narrowness of ties is definitely what's in, but there's a few out there that have got a little bit more width to it. Some guys aren't quite ready to go to the thin tie. We still carry something that's got a little bit more width.
Yeah.
The main thing about the tie is it's got a pop of color, and I want guys to know, like, this is what you need to do. You need to go and express yourself with a tie. You may not buy a fabric as wild as this, but buy a tie that's got some character to it. And a pocket square.
All right, a little more casual in suiting. It can be pulled off very nicely.
Yeah, absolutely. Not everybody has to wear a tie at work. And
this is the Eckford look, for sure.
Don't get too excited about that.
All right, sorry.
But the guy who just wears a dress shirt, top button undone, still wants to wear a suit. This guy's rocking it with Hugo Boss. Classic suit. The nice thing about this suit jacket is if he wants later on, he can put on a cool pair of clean wash jeans and a pair of boots, same collar undone. So that's what's happening a lot in suitings as well. Plus, the neutral color. Like, a lot of people will buy, okay, get the navy, get the charcoal, do the basics, but buy a sand-colored suit or a tan for summer.
Great for the summertime, too.
Right.
And I like the briefcase.
Yeah.
Bit of color.
Well, remember we were saying, get a pop color in your tie.
There you go.
Well, if you don't want to do it in the tie, get a briefcase.
So say you walk into Harry Rosen and you're a little intimidated and you want a suit like yours, or you just want something that fits. What's your advice to a fella that's a little bit intimidated by fashion?
Well, listen, I think everybody needs to find their guy, okay? In the stores, you'll find a lot of associates will develop these great relationships with people, and there's a trust that's gathered there. And once you find that guy, you just call ahead. I'm coming in, I need a suit, get it ready. Yeah. And most of the guys in the store will know you and get to know you, or ask questions to know
your
you.
Style.
You got it.
They're like editors. I mean, they really can take a whole store and understand what you like, what your style is, and also push it a little bit for you as well.
3 questions will tell me exactly what I need about that person's lifestyle, and we'll put them in the right garment.
Okay, we've got one more suit to get to, which is a great color. Tell us about this look.
Okay, so indigo blue, Herman and Gilles Dozania. You have to say it with a nice...
I never can.
Terrific suit. Now, again, we talked about performance garments. This is one of those garments that just has the ability to sort of, gauge temperature, bounce back well from wrinkling. Nice, clean lines. There's no pattern in here. It's more of a solid. And we have a mix of the two, right? 2-button, of course, is extremely popular. But even you'll notice on this garment, the suppression is there, traces the body. It's sexy. This is a sexy garment.
Very
Put
much
this garment on, you're instantly going to do great business, and you're going to look fantastic doing it.
It makes a difference.
That's right.
Well, Mike, thank you so much.
Of
course, you can go to Harry Rosen. They have 2 locations in Vancouver, Oak Ridge, and Pacific Centre. You can always go to the website to find one near you.
We're going to take a break. I'm going to go tie and pocket square shopping, and we'll be right back with more after this. Stick around.